Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to look at a new dosing pump that I just got. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is a plant dosing pump, and I've actually seen them all over the internet lately. It really caught my attention. And so yeah, this is put out by a company called Camor. I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyways, it is a plant dripper, so you can water your plants and they don't have to get crispy crunchy like this poor orchid here. And the reason it caught my attention was it works with an iPhone app or an Android app, and you can control it. It's very versatile, and you can control it from your phone. So yeah, I was really excited about these things, and I contacted the company. They were nice enough to send me a couple. So you might have seen this on the internet. Dripping Pro is what it's called. So I'm going to unbox this with you. They're pretty simple units. It comes with everything you need. Here is the Dripping Pro itself. Shows Bluetooth only. I was hoping for Wi-Fi or beyond, but Bluetooth is fine for now, I guess. Maybe they'll make some kind of adjustment in the future, but I'm not sure if it's Wi-Fi or not. Anyways, so this is the dripper itself. Looks like we have to put this together here. There's only one way this can really go on, so I'm going to slide that into place. It's kind of nice having this removable. If this piece here was to ever go, it can be replaced, obviously. So that's more like what it looks like online. And yeah, this box comes with everything we need in here and more. We got the plug. And the plug adapter here. I guess this is for North American, of course. So put that in. And then it'll plug into the back of the unit. Like so. What else is in the box? So we have got the hose. It is a really good quality hose, very thick. We've got an empty bag. We do have the instructions. Shows everything that and how it's going to work. So we're going to download the app. We're going to install it into a bucket or whatever, and then we're going to pump up from there. And it comes with teas, so you can, I think it has 10 or 12 drippers in it. And you can run in tandem into all of your pots. And it comes with everything you need to get this going. So there's nothing else you need, which is really nice. So the drippers themselves are kind of different. I haven't seen anything like this before. You slide it on here. And it doesn't drip out down here. But it kind of has an opening over on this side here. And it allows the drip to come down. And so you should be able to see the water dripping through that little viewing window there, and you'll put this into your pot. You don't want to put it underwater or anything. You put it in your pot and then it won't back siphon out. They go as far as bringing that you have a cutter for your tubing. So that's kind of cool. What else is in the box for us? This is the sinker weight for the bottom of your bucket or your pot or whatever you're going to use. I'm going to be using a 5-gallon bucket for my plan. We'll set these up in a minute. Some zap straps, probably just for tighter connections. Some tees for running these guys in tandem. And your two double-ended, whatever you want to call them, to plug into here to get the black hose going on there. So that's what's in the box. Now we got to download the app and go from there. So I'm going to download the app and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the unit set up. I am in a little grow space that none of you guys have seen because I have these things tucked all over. And basically, really simple setup. I have it on a shelf here. I have it going into a bucket. There's a 5-gallon bucket to start. I may have to get something bigger than a 5-gallon bucket, but that will do to start with for me. And then we go up here, and it goes up, and it goes into my Sarracenia seedlings. So I have a bunch of trays here, and I wanted 1 dripper per tray. And so that is what I have done for now. I haven't got them in way down into the ends yet. There's room for a few more trays in here. But yeah, so I have in my 5 main growing trays, I have got 1 dripper per tray. The reason I wanted it for this little section here, and you can have a look, we'll open it up. It's nice and warm and toasty in there, and these trays evaporate really, really quickly. So instead of filling trays every day, I wanted something a little bit more automated for them. And that is what we have come up with. So now I'm going to get the app going and we will see how it works. And okay, so let's look at the app here, just on my phone itself. Setup was super easy. I just touched the plus arrow in the top of the screen and the Bluetooth set it up pretty much right away with no problems at all. Here we are looking at my reservoir size. So you can set that up and it tells you how many drops or how much you're going to dose per day and how big your reservoir is. I'm using a 5-gallon bucket, so it's in mils, so we have to do a little bit of math there. 5-gallon bucket, approximately 2/3 full. And you can't see it just on the top of the screen, but you might be able to. It tells you how many days left you have. It just does some quick math. And so basic setup here is I have my pot, I named trays, and I have 5 drop arrows in there. I'm going to be dosing 300 mils into the single arrow per day. And that's going to be set up over a couple doses, so it doesn't just do it all at once. And yeah, the app itself, it's pretty easy to use. There wasn't much issues with it at all. It took me a little bit of time. There's no instructions for setting it up at all. It doesn't give you any kind of way to do it. So I just kind of flipped through, and I added a cycle. That was the trickiest part. Adding the cycle was easy because I just selected every day, and you can select every day or every second day or every 3 days. And then, but I didn't realize there's a plus arrow at the bottom of the screen. I had to hit that same plus arrow again, and it brought up a second thing, which was adding your times and your mils. So once I realized that was great. I kept leaving with just adding the cycle, but not adding the dose. So that was the only thing that took a few minutes, and I have it dosing 500 mils 3 times a day there. We'll see how that works out for me. Okay, so here we have it. It is on. I put on the manual setting. The pump is really quiet. If you weren't like right beside it, you wouldn't even know it was running. You can see it spinning right there. So it's doing its thing. And then I just want to show you the drippers. It is a slow process. Now keep in mind this is meant for plants, not for full trays, but here is the speed that it comes out at, sort of. You can see it dripping through the window and down and out. So I just have it sort of tucked in the corner of a tray. One lucky plant is going to get thoroughly flooded every day. You can see it dripping there. And yeah, overall, we'll see how this goes, but I may need a bigger reservoir. Other than that, I think it'll save me a lot of time per day on filling up these trays with water. So, yeah, I think it's going to be good. And there we have it, guys, the Dripping Pro. So, if that was houseplants, that'd be super easy. I did have at least 5 of those blue drippers left, so you could do quite a number of plants, whether it be orchids or whatever. It doesn't have to be done every day either, but you could just keep your plants just moist by setting, every second day for 1 minute to go off, or 60 mils, however you want to do it. And yeah, I first seen these guys on Amazon when I was looking for some sort of dripping system, and again, they really caught my eye due to the app, and not just a analog timer sort of thing. Other than that, since then, I have seen them on Instagram and places like that as well, Facebook and that sort of thing, in ads and stuff like that. But it's funny how it works. Once you click on something, you start to see it everywhere, right? But anyways, so I was intrigued by it. Thank you again for sending me a couple of these guys to try out and play around with. I'm definitely going to have fun with them. I got to figure out where I'm going to put the other one now. And yeah, I'm going to put a link in the description down to their Amazon store where I first seen them. And maybe you guys want to try them as well. So anyways, very cool, very light. Oh, and one other thing with the app, it definitely at this point seems to be Bluetooth only. I tried it just with like on Wi-Fi with Bluetooth off, and it told me to turn the Bluetooth back on. But anyways, you can't win everything, but it's pretty cool even with just the Bluetooth. And as for closing thoughts, I brought a few things back up here. The cutter is really cool. It really makes things easy. Normally I would have never thought we needed this, but it really just cuts like that, and you can cut your tubing. The tubing itself, like I said at the beginning, is very good quality. It's very thick. With that said, during setup, I did break one of the T's just by putting it on. So make sure these T's are a little bit flimsier than the tubing itself. And yeah, just kind of snap sideways. So now down a T. I would assume with this system, you would need everything to be exactly the same. If you start running other T's or other kind of tubing, or other drippers, the flow rate is not going to be identical, and you're going to have strays kind of in your pot. It's not all going to be completely accurate. I like these drippers. They're great. It's an interesting idea, the way you can actually see the dripping coming out of the window there, so you know it's working. The tubing, this is all the tubing I have left. I did a pretty simple system, I thought. Everything is pretty close together, and I have about 30 inches of tubing left. So enough for at least one more addition, another tray, but a little bit more tubing would be nice, but not necessary at all to get you going. So overall, I'm going to play around with it for a while and see how it does. And then we will touch base again in a short time, and I'll give you a bit of a review on this system, and we can see how it's been working for me. So I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.